Alrighty, so I already have moisturized my face, and in this video I'm going to be doing basically a very simple look, but with some new products that I've recently gotten. Without further ado, let's just get into it. So since I already applied my moisturizer, I'm just gonna go in with some sunscreen like I always do. Glossier Invisible Shield with an SPF of 35. And I do about 2 pumps of this. Just gives you another layer of protection. And then I'm going to use a primer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime in Blur and Smooth. This has been my favorite drugstore primer at the moment. It just works. It does what it says it does, so there's nothing wrong with that. And it's really, really cheap. So as you all know, I am completely obsessed with my L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. This has been the only foundation that I have purchased in the past 4 months. This has been the only foundation I've been using. I have since then tried, because I've heard a lot about it, the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. Now this has been around for quite a while. I have just never really thought to pick it up, and it is really good. It kind of reminds me of the Pro Glow, honestly. I just really wish L'Oreal would put the Pro Glow in a different package. Like, I hate this little squirt bottle. It gets so messy, and I feel like I waste a lot of product with it in this packaging. So if they could make it into a pump, that'd be perfect. I am in the shade N12, which is Soft Ivory and Classic Ivory. And I'm gonna dot this on my face. So I'm gonna take my damp beauty sponge. This is just my Real Techniques one. It has cat hair on it now. And just blend out this foundation. So as you can see, it has just completely evened my skin out. And it's still very luminous. Like, I don't look dry at all. And that is like my main thing with foundation. I don't want to look dry. Like, I don't have dry skin, so I don't have a problem with dry skin, but I feel like when my face looks dry because of the foundation or just makeup in general that I've been using, it just looks so fake, and I don't like that at all. And so now for concealer, it's a new product, and I have used this a couple times, but I haven't used it on camera, obviously, because I haven't uploaded in a while. This is the new ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I have it in the shade Light 15. Applicator is this tiny little wand, and it's really flexible, so you don't have to feel like you're drawing on your face and it's like killing you. And this is actually my first time using it as like a brightening concealer. I've honestly just been using it to like spot conceal. So I just put it under my eyes, on my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and now I'm gonna blend these out. Now this is supposed to be non-creasing and full coverage concealer, and so far it's doing just that. I'm gonna put a little on my forehead because I forgot to. Just right here in the center, and blend this out. Now to set all of that, I'm going to use my all-time favorite powder, the Airspun powder. This has been around forever, and it's just still been my favorite. It's really cheap and it does the job. I'm going to be taking a Morphe E3 brush, this big fluffy brush here, and just dusting that all over my face. Now with my beauty sponge, I'm going to take what's in the lid and put that under my eyes. Not baking, just I like setting my eyes, my under eyes with powder with my sponge. So now moving on to bronzer. I finally got rid of that old bronzer that I was hating for a long time, but I was still using it because that's just all I had. But now I have purchased the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I've heard Jaclyn Hill talk about this. I've heard, I think, Manny MUA talk about this, and it is really, really nice. Really pretty shade for my skin tone, and it smells really good. It smells like pina coladas. And I'm now taking just a Morphe brush from the copper kit that I got from them, and bronze up my face, do a little bit of contour. All right, now for blush. I've been using consistently for the past few months or so the Kylie Diaries palette that she released on Valentine's Day. And I have been using these two blushes that she has. We have First Date and Virginity. I've been using Virginity a lot more. I didn't really like it at first because I'm not a hot pink person. But I actually have been mixing the two and it makes a really pretty color. Just tap it in the cheeks right there. And I actually used to never use blush, but I've branched out. All right, so for our highlighter today, I'm going to be using a new one that I've gotten. You all know I've been consistently using my Jeffree Star and Manny MUA collaboration highlighter Eclipse, but I am wanting to use something new, and it is the ColourPop new pressed powder highlighters, and this one is Bougie Call. It's a really pretty, kind of like a rose gold color one. It is a very pretty color. I'm not about to act like this is the first time I've used this and be like, oh, look at that. But it really is pretty. Alrighty, so my base is done. And I could totally just leave the house like this if I wanted to. This is kind of like an everyday look for me. This is what I do now for kind of my setting spray. Before I do my eyes, I like to spray my face with my setting spray and then press it in with a sponge. Then I start my eyes. I just think doing it first before doing anything else, because it's mainly for your base, really helps with how it sits into the skin, and using that sponge to press it in really does make it last longer. And the setting spray I've been obsessed with for the past 2 months has been the Pixie Glow Mist. And what I do is I just spray it on my face, fan it just a little, and then grab my sponge and then just pat the spray into the skin. Instead of having that setting spray just sit on your face and waiting on it to soak in, I think this really, really helps, and my makeup looks so much different and so much better even when I do this. So I'm gonna do my brows really quickly and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have zoomed you guys in just to get you a closer look on the eye makeup that I'm gonna be doing today. I'm going to just pick a random, just, you know, a tan-ish camel color, whatever you wanna call it, transition shade from the Morphe 35O palette, and blending that into my crease with a fluffy brush. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to put a base color, which is just like a bone. You could use white if you wanted to color, just to create like a blank canvas for all the shadows to blend on. But I'm just using the lightest shade in the Morphe 35O palette, and this works perfectly fine. I know, you guys see this little friend right here? Popped up this morning and I was like, oh, hello, who are you? All right, so now back to that transition shade. I'm just going to take any tan, camel, whatever color, and lightly blend that in my crease. I'm gonna take just a clean blending brush and make sure all that is really smooth. I'm gonna be taking Note to Self. There's this really pretty taupey brown color right here, and I'm just going to be adding that in the lower part of my crease right here. Already now with a smaller tapered brush, this one here from Morphe, I'm going to be taking French Kiss from the ColourPop palette, and it is this really pretty burgundy shade right here. I'm just gonna put this in the outer corner just to smoke it out a little. Just gonna take that clean blending brush again and just smooth it all out even more. I'm going to add Bougie Call into this inner part of my lid and on my inner corner. Taking that same color, Note to Self, and putting that in my lower lash line.
Okay, so my audio went out on this part for some reason, and I'm just taking an angled brush right now and using that dark color French Kiss to define the lower lash line. Now I am applying some L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, and then here I am applying my favorite ColourPop nude lipstick in Naughty. And you can't see because the angles were sucky, but oh well. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look, and if you want to see more, just subscribe, and I'll see you next time.